Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have the one and only mayor of Flavortown. It is Guy Fieri. I screwed up and I did the American pronunciation of his name. You gave me a look.
We corrected it.
Right away. Guy Fieri. Awesome interview. One of those interviews we just wish we had more time, and I think he'll give us more time eventually, but a good 30 minutes with Guy. His energy is off the charts. He also gave us food. He's brought a bunch of food from his, or had it delivered at 9 a.m. Nothing like eating a cheeseburger and wings at 9 a.m. on a Friday morning. We have NBA All-Star Game, which is going on during this show, dunk contest, college basketball, big news with Blake Griffin going to the Nets. A couple segments, great show for everyone. Get excited. It is the best time of year. It's March. This is March. And we are brought to you by our friends at 3Chi. 3Chi is the industry leader in Delta H THC products. All products are formulated by a biochemist and made in the U.S. with USA-grown hemp. 3Chi's Delta 8 is federally legal version of THC. It is a more functional alternative to marijuana. It gives an amazing buzz and great body feel, but with a clearer head and less anxiety and paranoia. If you are a fan of a team that's on the bubble, this is going to be a stressful week for you. Well, guess what? De-stress with 3Chi. Jake is a fan of Syracuse. They are on the bubble. He's going he's an alumnus. Oh, you're not a fan. Sorry. Whoops. Alumnus. He's going to be partaking in some 3Chi. It's available online at 3chi.com. That's the number 3chi.com, and at retailers around the country. Must be 21 to purchase. And remember, this is not CBD. It is a psychoactive. It will give you a buzz, so please use responsibly. Again, go to 3chi.com, the number 3chi.com to shop for Delta 8 vapes, gummies, tinctures, and oils that can be used to make homemade edibles. Use code PARDON at checkout to receive 5% off your order. Okay. Let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by 3chi.com. Go to 3chi.com. Use code PARDON for 5% off your order. Today is Monday, March 8th, and you are listening to the number one Brooklyn Nets podcast in the world.
I love the Nets, man. The Nets they've always been my team.
We're crazy for them.
We live right down the street. They're the hometown guys. I'm pumped. I'm very excited to have the Nets to root for now because they are, like, going into it, they're the most hilarious team by far.
Yes.
And then they added somebody who's even more hilarious but in a different way.
Right.
You can't root against a team that's comprised of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Blake Griffin.
It's rare that you get, like,
Joe Harris.
Obviously I wanted him to go to the Bulls, but I think the Bulls are probably a year away from being title contenders. But
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. 1 year away from being title contenders. And I still have actually enjoyed watching this Bulls team, and I have high hopes for them to make the playoffs. But the Nets are very, very far and away my second team now because I'm just rooting for Blake Griffin. I actually don't care really for the rest of the team. It's really just I'm rooting for the Blake Griffin portion of the Brooklyn Nets and maybe a little bit of the Joe Harris and a sliver of the Kevin Durant if he comes on this podcast.
And the Kyrie Irving, too, because, like, yes, he's ridiculous and he's a weird guy, but he's entertaining. Like, him walking around the arena before every game burning sage, I love that stuff. Like, if you're going to be a team that's like a super team, at least have these big personalities on them. Like, the Warriors were great, but I think their problem was most people liked the Warriors. The only reason that people didn't like them is because they were looked at as being a little bit unfair and taking some of the fun out of the game, knowing who was going to win going into every season. But they didn't have that, like, actual, like, personality hate thing going on.
Well,
this team, you either love them or you hate them, and now I'm going to hate to love them and love to hate them.
Jake, I need you to make us a pie chart I think we need to do like win shares. We need to divvy up who we're actually rooting for on the Brooklyn Nets. I think right off the bat, it's 70% Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
70% Blake Griffin.
I'd go even higher than that.
80% Blake Griffin. I'm going to give 5% to Joe Harris.
4 to DeAndre.
I'm going to give...
4% to DeAndre Jordan.
I'm going to give 4 to Kevin Durant. I'm going to give 4 to Steve Nash.
1 less percent than Joe Harris.
3 to Kevin Durant. 2, are you writing this down, Jake?
Sorry.
What is he doing? What are you doing?
All his notes.
He
He
dropped all
his
notes.
spreadsheet.
I'm going to give 2 to Kevin Durant, but that can be bumped up to 10 if he comes on the show. I'm going to give 2 to Steve Nash, but he's got to be dribbling a soccer ball.
DJ, what about you?
DJ gets 4.
I'll just listen back.
No, yeah, okay, we're going way over 100. But I'm going to give 5 to James Harden, fat James Harden, though.
It depends on his BMI.
Yes.
So he can earn, it's like equity. He can earn more of the rootability with like every 5 pounds.
It's incentives in his contract.
Every 5 pounds he puts
Right.
on, he gets another percentage.
The fatter he is,
Yeah.
the more we're into it. And also, I'm going to add more percentage to James Harden if he does some hilariously bad things in the playoffs. Like if he misses a shot and then Blake has to save the team, that would be... Anytime he gets to be blamed, I'm in on that.
I would say 5% to KD and then add 1 percentage for each of his burners that we dox.
And then 3 to Kyrie and 5 to Mike D'Antonio, because remember that time we sat next to him?
He ate a salad.
He ate a salad and he
Yep.
was drinking a white wine. And we didn't talk to him, but we sat next to him.
We knew it was him.
And also I saw him once in Brooklyn. I said, "What's up, coach?" And he just nodded. And I think he was freaked out because, like, why would anyone call him coach on the street?
Well, they don't have a coach in Brooklyn.
Right.
It's depending on what day of the week it is.
Right.
They cycle that around. I'm really hoping that Blake goes there and then he can just immediately play like old Blake again.
Yes.
Change of scenery will be good for him. He's going to dunk for the first time since 2019. Mark my words.
Oh, yeah.
2021
Definitely.
is the year of Blake Griffin dunking
He's
again.
going to dunk in the first game. Can you read that back to us, Jake?
Well, I missed the first half.
Billy, can you read that back to us? Do you have it, Billy?
What?
Okay.
Billy's
all
looking
right.
at big butt
right.
accounts on Instagram right now.
So we are now rooting for the Brooklyn Nets for Blake. Do we care? Now I'm going to just offer something up there, and we were going to bring it up whenever he comes back on the show, which hopefully will be soon. Did you guys see the New York Times article where it was podcasters picking their favorite podcast? Blake Griffin picked Dak Shepard.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yes. I actually saw it was
79%.
Do you know what I did when I saw it on Friday? Someone tweeted it at us, and I just closed my computer and I was like, "Nope, not going to look. Not going to ruin my Friday. I don't want to think about this." It hurt my feelings so much, so profoundly,
It's disgusting.
that I just pretended it didn't happen.
It's disgusting.
And I don't have a
Has he-
subscription, so I couldn't go back and read it.
He's been on the Dak Shepard podcast, right?
I have no idea.
Maybe not. Maybe it's one of those things that's just him trying to get on the show.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah,
that's it.
you're
That's
right.
probably
You're
it.
right. It was probably just a joke.
Yeah, it's classic Blake.
That's
you know,
Blake.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
He's got a new show coming out
Yeah.
where you prank the prankers. He knows that we're pranksters.
Yeah.
He's pranking us.
And he was like,
Yeah, okay. Good.
What-
You almost had us, Blake.
What's the number one rule for like Blake of the Year? Like you can't try too hard. So if he had said us, that would have been a try hard move.
Uh-huh.
And everyone would have been like, "Oh, you're just trying to win Blake of the Year." No, he's gonna neg us with Dax.
This is classic Blake. You
Yeah.
have to know him to get it.
Are we going to go to games?
Probably not.
I'll
I
go.
don't know.
I'll go. I'll go to.
I've
a
been
game.
offered Nets tickets before, and I'm like, do I have to? I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll go to. You know what? I'll go to a game. Fuck it. Why not?
Hank, you want to go? I'll go.
No, Billy. That wasn't an invitation. Yeah, we'll go to a game. We'll go to a game.
Oh, you know what I just remembered?
Maybe.
I just remembered this. So me and Blake have had this thing where after every single show that he does, every interview that he does with us, we talk about like, hey, have you listened to the new Dak Shepard podcast?
Yeah.
And then we joke because neither one of us has listened to
Right.
it. And we both think it's
funny.
probably bad.
Very funny.
And so him saying that was like actually a wink and a nod to us.
Very funny.
You probably don't get the joke if
That's
you're not.
how funny
Yeah,
it is.
it's so funny.
Yeah. So
I'm not-
didn't hurt my feelings.
That's funny. He's a funny guy.
I really did. It was almost like I was what's his name in Succession when the rocket blows up and he's just like, not gonna look at this. That's what I
Paul
did.
Giamatti.
No, what's his fucking name?
Kindle.
Culkin.
Yeah, what was no, it wasn't Culkin.
Brian Culkin.
No. It's Kieran Culkin. But what's his fucking name?
The guy that jacks off to the lawyer's voice.
Dead
yeah,
bodies.
yeah. Fuck. What is his name, guys?
See, that's the problem.
How
with
do we not know his
Roman,
name?
Roman.
The theme song is so good
Yeah.
that you don't really absorb any of the actual names of the characters.
How many guys do you think have gotten laid by just playing the theme song on a piano at a party? Got to be a few.
At least, at least
gotta
two.
be a few.
More than one.
Because I feel like that is the new, hey, you know what I know how to play? It's like playing Freebird on your guitar. Like, I know how to, I fucking know how to play Session theme song, and everyone's looking at you.
I'm actually shocked that there hasn't been a rap song that comes out that samples that as the backup track. It would be fire.
Yeah, it should. What?
There was.
It was
really?
a fire?
It was kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Okay, well, then as far as we know, there hasn't been one, so it's open for anyone else to do it, right?
Yeah, agreed.
For our ears, for our elder ears, right? Okay, what else we got? College basketball. Hank, did you see the poll I put up? Shocking results.
I did not.
Over 30,000 people want Coach K fired.
Wow.
So I put up a poll when they were getting the shit kicked out of them by UNC. I said, should Coach K retire after this game or after the ACC tournament?
Okay, so that's
the
different. That's different.
Yeah, that
that's not
sounds
firing.
completely
Or sorry,
different.
retiring.
When should he retire?
Retire.
I actually agree with the first statement you made.
Yeah.
Like, I would look very hard at firing Coach K
I would
if I
fire
was
him.
Duke
But
right
people
now.
want him to retire. They want him gone.
I don't know if he's earned the right to make that decision about when he retires.
Yeah.
Season's not over. ACC tournament.
He doesn't even care. He didn't care. No fight.
Yeah, it was bad.
Sad.
It was they laid down and died.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Do you think he is no longer in touch with the youth of America?
I mean, he's an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's done a good job bringing in, the Nolan Smiths, the younger coaches, to stay in touch with the younger guys instead of trying to be like, how you doing, fellow kids. It's a tough year, man.
So you're saying he doesn't communicate with his players anymore? So
No,
I guess
he's
what I would ask
fucking
you,
old,
Hank,
dude.
is
He's an old man.
What exactly does Coach K do these days?
He inspires. He gives wisdom of teaching the greatest basketball players in the world. He's
other
a
teams? You're right. He
world-renowned
does like
coach.
to teach other teams like
Yeah.
He
us.
coached USA basketball, all the pros, any player that comes to Duke, he can be like, hey, all your favorite players, I coached all of them, and they all love me because I'm Coach K.
Yeah.
What other coach can say that, PFT?
I don't know. I don't see Coach K walking away. I see the Duke Board of Regents. I'm just going to make that up. That probably exists. They're going to have to
The
send him on his
institution,
way.
that's what.
The institution's going to have to
It's
send
the
him on his way.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Is actually.
Do you think Coach K, here's how he can save his job. We all talk about how he takes the D away from players. You're not allowed to wear the D. Mm-hmm. He needs to paint over the K on the court. Mm-hmm. He should not have that initial.
He should not be
until
allowed
he has
to dye
another-
his hair.
Yeah, that's right. Go gray.
Go Gray.
Mix it up a little bit. Do the opposite of Colin Coward.
That would
next
actually
year.
work.
Yeah, it probably would. Because, Roy Williams definitely is that.
If he went great, you would be like, wow.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great
Like, stop,
opportunity.
Don't make fun of him.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to teach your kids. Like, look at all these gray hairs you've given me this year. Mm-hmm. I was great until this group of players really screwed me up.
Yeah.
Also, his best player, is on the team anymore. So, what do you expect?
Well,
They were better without
are you
him.
going to say he quit?
No, he just, he made a business
Don't
decision.
use that Q word.
He made a business decision.
What other big news did we have from the weekend, Jake? Do you want to give us the rundown? There was chaos.
CBS Sports Minute.
Sorry about the Vermont.
So there was chaos in the mid-major conference tournament world. Yeah, on Saturday, 5 number 1 seeds lost in their conference tournament. Today, another one lost too.
Uh-oh.
It's all a blur. There's so
James
many
Madison.
games. James Madison.
Yep.
That's who it was.
Lost.
Yes.
Yep.
So there's chaos on that end.
Bad week for Dukes all around.
This time last week, we were talking about how Michigan might be the best team in the country. Then
Nope.
they lose.
Yep.
Baylor is now back to full strength. They kicked the crap
Illinois
out
is
of
the best
Texas
team.
Tech.
Illinois is number one on my
Illinois is
power
probably the
rankings
last
now.
number 1 seed. And at the end of this, Gonzaga is still the only undefeated team left.
I
Yeah.
love, by the way, how
Which-
Jake, you stress enunciation, pronunciation about everything. You said earlier today, like, the worst thing you can do is mispronounce a player's name on a broadcast.
Yeah.
And you've just been around college basketball so long that you hit the strength really well. I love that. Length and strength. It's the only time that you ever hear it pronounced that way.
Yeah.
I also saw that. Did you see Travis Ford, coach of St. Louis, complain about gym playing time?
No,
It was very good petty
Yeah.
college basketball shit. So the A10 tournament was playing in
it was half Richmond, half ECU.
yeah, so they played in 2 different gyms. So St. Louis had to play St. Bonnie's in the gym that St. Bonnie's had played in the night before.
Okay.
St. Bonnie's was the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So they probably should, like, they also were getting to wear white jerseys, and, like, you didn't. But he kept on complaining that that's why they lost.
They got more time.
Their
shooters understood
used
depth
to
perception better. Yeah, I like that.
There's something about a college basketball. I mean, I guess it's college football too. We always laugh about that, but college men's basketball and college football coaches scorned. They feel like the world has screwed them over, and they get so upset, and they sound so petty. And it's awesome to watch.
Yeah, so
every time.
I am enjoying the rivalry that's starting to bubble up between the Big 12 and the Big 10 going
not
into.
A rivalry.
Well, you hear people be like, the Big 10's got they're deeper. They got a lot of boys there. The Big 12, the teams at the top are better than the teams at the top of the Big 10.
Disagree.
We'll see. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, because Gonzaga will probably win it all.
Yeah.
Which they have to get in first.
Shout out to the Pac-12.
They have to get in first.
Hey, technically, right now, as of this podcast recording, there's only 5 teams who've punched their ticket.
Yeah, true. Good point.
5 auto bids.
I'm just, you know what? I'm setting the law down right now. If Gonzaga does not go to the Pac-12, actually, within the next 5 years, that they're on a fraud countdown.
Yep.
You're on a fraud countdown.
4 teams, sorry.
Agreed.
Starting right now, would you say 5 years is an acceptable time limit for them?
Yes.
Anything longer than that, and you're doing it for your Mickey Mouse schedule.
You know what? I'm gonna give them. So I'm gonna actually say they can go to the Mountain West
Okay.
because the Pac-12 is tough for them because of the football. They don't play football. I don't think in Gonzaga.
Not well.
If they go to the Mountain West, I'll start to think a little bit more. You know, Utah State, San Diego State,
Seems like a
Boise.
lateral move.
Boise, Colorado State. No, but at least
UNLV.
At least there's some good teams there. They have to play some of the big boys.
I think Mark Few is scared of Mick Cronin.
Probably.
I'm scared of Mick Cronin.
Probably. And yeah, I mean, he's probably actually scared of Dana Altman. He should be, by the way, he's the new January, February. It should be Altman, right, Jake?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's Oregon every year. They do this where it's like they
went
look
to the
bad.
Sweet 16 as a 12. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
last
that's
tournament.
Fine. It's fine.
12-5 game.
That's fine.
Oregon,
I don't give a
Wisconsin.
fuck. Wisconsin's
Okay.
You know what? Give me the stat.
I don't wanna
Give
hurt
me
your
the stat.
feelings.
No, my feelings aren't hurt. Give me the stat though.
So Bo Boroski, who's a Big Ten official.
I don't complain about officials, by the way. I just listen to stats.
Wisconsin is 16-11 this year. 2-8 with Bo Boroski on the floor, donning the stripes. 14-3 without him.
Wow. Wow.
The end of that game was it was painful to watch.
Yeah, we're talking about the Iowa-Wisconsin game. It was horrible. I mean, this is a problem. I don't want to be accused of stealing our friend Russillo's take, even though it's a take that I think everyone with a brain should have. But he does say it more eloquently. But review in NBA and college basketball has ruined the watchability of basketball games because the last 5 minutes take forever, and they look at every little piece of the game and did it go off this guy? Did this guy, like they were reviewing, oh man, his shoulder kind of went into his chin. Is that a flagrant? It was unwatchable.
They need to dial it back. They need to make very specific rules of what you can and can't review. Like I actually don't mind the which person deflected this ball out of bounds. The only problem with them using it in this game was it was after they had done 3 reviews already, and so it's like, oh God, here comes another one. But the stuff where it's like what part of the body made contact with what part of the other guy's body, that's too much for me.
Here's what I want. I want there to be a shot clock. I want there to be a shot clock on reviews because not only would it speed it up and it make it like if you can't figure it out within 30 seconds, stop. Right? Mm-hmm. But we'd also get the beautiful moment, which happens sometimes in college games when, if you can think back far enough, when there were fans in the stands and they would, and a good student section would fake someone out on the shot clock. Yep. If we could fake out a ref being like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he's got 10 seconds left, would be the greatest moment ever.
That'd be great. Or they could go, you know how they always use those TVs that are like the size of the R. Kelly TV or the Michael Scott plasma screen on the wall? If they could go to actually using screens that were like even half that size. And if you can't tell what happened on a 7-inch TV, you can get as close to it as you want. If you can't tell what happened on the 7-inch TV, call in the court stance.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
it was impossible to watch the end of that game.
It was. It was terrible. Or just have it be, you know what? It should be like 10 random fans in the front row and they get a buzzer and they get to decide.
Okay.
majority rules.
I like that. I like
Makes
that
it even harder to win on the road.
I also like. I feel like Luka Garza is. Maybe he's eating his way out of Iowa. He's put on some pounds this year.
They announced they're retiring his number immediately after the game.
Here's the problem.
Cool.
Luka Garza, I do not like Luka Garza, but it's a moment where it's like a Spider-Man meme because my hatred for Luka Garza is pretty much everyone else's hatred for every white guy at Wisconsin.
Yep.
So I realize I have to simmer it down because I can't be vocal, be like, fuck that, he's not that good, he's just fucking tall, and he's like, oh yeah, he plays fundamental, whatever, fuck that. I'm just telling on myself.
Yeah,
so I'm going to let it pass. He's a great player.
A big guy that looks like he orders extra mayo and everything.
Yeah.
Frustrating to play defense
Correct.
again. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't play defense.
Also, no, frustrating to play defense against
yes.
because he's very sweaty. And every time you try to guard him, you look like that scene in Along Came Polly where your face just kinda slides down his big wet arm.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a huge, huge person.
Also, Wisconsin should only be allowed to have a Davison or a Bohannon on the floor at any given time.
Yeah.
They can't be allowed to have all these guys out there.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, you should only be allowed. It's kind of like the Duke theory. There should be one guy that you hate on the floor
Right.
at any given time.
No, Iowa's got the Bohannon.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like,
his brother went
player,
to Wisconsin.
A player like that.
Yes. Wait, I had one other college thing. Fuck. Oh, Illinois was very impressive. That was very impressive.
And Oklahoma State won without Cade Cunningham at West Virginia.
So it's the Cade Cunningham theory.
Yep.
Your best player's out. You actually play better.
Bryce hypothesis.
Interesting.
But he's also different than Jalen Johnson. He's the number one pick in the draft.
I'm very woke about Cade Cunningham.
Yeah?
He just every game that I've watched of his, which admittedly is probably less than 10.
I know one of them that you're referring to.
But every game that I've watched with him, he does something where I'm like, well, that was laughably hilarious.
Well, he did like 4 of them in the game we watched together against Texas.
Yes. There was that one.
I think that's totally – if you can't make a take on a player based off of one game that you've watched him, I don't want to live on this.
So that's fair because I think that's when I established my baseline take. And then every other time I've watched him, I've been like, prove me wrong.
Right.
And he hasn't proved me wrong yet.
Right. Is Oklahoma State allowed in, Jake? Have they decided that yet?
As long as the NCAA doesn't make a ruling, the appeal will pend through.
That's
the
smart.
tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
because that would be crazy if they wouldn't let him in.
The NCAA could do it over the next 5 days, but that's crazy.
And then maybe Gonzaga would steal their bid if they didn't win the WCC.
Yeah, same. BYU can be that bid stealer.
Okay.
All I'm saying is I can't believe people are opting to watch an interview of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when Oregon is finally at full strength. That's actually strength. Excuse me. That's John Rothstein. John Rothstein tweeted that out.
Yeah,
I love him on Twitter.
He's the best. All right. So speaking of the of basketball, we're watching the NBA All-Star Game right now. They've ruined it with the Elam ending, which, Billy, thank you for explaining that to us.
Why are you not giving the right person credit?
Oh, Elam. Elam should be getting the credit.
Jason
for it,
Elam?
Nope. Me.
Oh. You?
Yeah.
You did it. You didn't explain it. Billy was like...
Plus 24 entering the fourth quarter.
No,
That's
Billy was like, it's like playing pickup. You go first to 21 when you play pickup, except in this, the number's different.
Yeah.
And that made perfect
done.
sense.
So the actual game... I still don't understand why they're doing an all-star game, but the dunk contest happened. Who won the dunk contest?
I have no idea.
Simon Simmons, the guy from Portland.
Okay, the guy that jumped really high.
That's a made-up.
That guy.
Okay.
The guy that looked down at the rim as he jammed
We
it.
fixed before we did the show.
Anthony Simon.
Oh, I thought his name. That's why I thought it was made up when he said Simon Simmons. I was like, that's not a real name.
Simon Simmons.
I was just doubling. I was hedging.
Got it.
The correct pronunciation.
Got it. Simon Simmons.
Simon Simmons sounds like a caddy.
I was like, that guy
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Simon Simmons. Anthony Simmons. Penny Simmons.
Right, but it only has one M. That's why it may have looked like Simon.
Got it. So we came up with a fix to the dunk contest because they've done all the dunks. They need to just make the dunk contest. It should be themed every single year. So, like, 1 year it should be who can dunk from the farthest away. 1 year, what do we say? Who can
highest
dunk
rim.
Highest rim.
The heaviest ball.
Heaviest ball. Who can dunk with the most clothes on? The worst shoes wearing. So, like, someone's dunking in Timberlands.
High heels would be great.
Roller skates.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone dunks in roller skates.
Ice skates.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who can be wearing the pair of pants that fits the worst?
Do that. Dunk? Have it be a theme year.
Oh, in a
so
suit.
It's
if they're all wearing suits, I would watch that. Yeah.
Yes. Naked.
A dress.
Can you do it naked? Because that's scary.
I probably would not watch that. Yeah. What, you fall on your penis? That would hurt.
Way more injured.
That would hurt. Imagine falling right on your dick.
If you don't
and it
think,
just smush ups.
If you don't think a little bit of clothes stops all kinds of injuries, you're crazy.
I think they should do a rebounding contest.
Yeah.
And listen to this. Well, I know they do the bunting contest in the Korean All-Star game for baseball. They should do a rebounding contest where it's like Jokic, but he's got a blindfold on. And so there's somebody just shooting bricks. It's like, it's Ben Simmons. Have Ben Simmons be like the all-time shooter guy. Mm-hmm. And then Jokic is just in the paint with a blindfold on, hearing and feeling where the rebound's going to go.
Yep.
See how many people can get rebound. Like, you get 20 rebounds to try. See how many you can get out of 20. That'd be sick.
I like that.
I would watch that.
So, Mike Greenberg's dumb rules. We just fixed it. But yeah, I really don't understand. Like, the All-Star games, they just don't. Baseball's really the only All-Star game that really actually works because you can't not throw hard. You know what I mean? And it's one-on-one. It's just like no one's even playing. I guess it's if they just had Steph Curry just shooting from half court for 3 hours, that would be better.
I like that. When he was doing the three-point contest, which he won easily, that contest should just be renamed the Are You Steph Curry contest.
Yeah, okay.
You're Steph Curry, you win. Congratulations. Yeah. What if it was East versus West again, and the winning team got more salary cap room for the next year?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Then people would play hard?
That would be very cool. Yeah.
Because you can't do the finals home court advantage.
Right.
That doesn't really work out that well. But if it were
they get one extra mid-level exception.
Yeah, there you go. One extra guy
veteran,
on the roster, boom.
Yeah.
What if they made him play handball?
All-star
teams.
Yeah. Best athletes in the world. Handball players. All right, let's do Who's Back, and then we got Guy Fieri. Very excited about this interview. Nothing happened in football this weekend, right? Oh, Russell Wilson just really wants to be traded.
Yeah, that's still kind of like bubbling out there.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon caught a touchdown pass in the fan control football league.
Oh, he did?
A Hail Mary, a walk-off Hail Mary, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Good for him.
That's significant. Yeah, the Russell Wilson thing, it feels like he really wants to get traded, even though he hasn't fully said he wants to get traded. But for someone who hasn't said, trade me, he's done everything else.
I saw somebody put the theory out there. I don't have the name in front of me. It was a tweet that I saw a couple days ago. But the theory was, what if the Bears sent a shitload of picks to the Texans? Texans send Deshaun Watson to Seattle. Seattle sends Russell Wilson to Chicago.
Done.
Three-way trade.
Done.
I think everybody's happy
Whatever.
with that.
I don't care.
Jack Easterby pretends that he's reloading.
This is the best 3 weeks of my life that Russell Wilson could potentially be there.
Yeah.
It's really the best. All right, let's do Who's Back of the Week. Brought to you by Cash App. The stock market is back. Investing through the Cash App is back. You can buy and sell Bitcoin on the Cash App. If you've been hearing about Bitcoin, you're like, what is this? Why am I not in it? Well, guess what? Cash App, one click, and you can link your bank account to the Cash App. It's super easy to use. Download the Cash App right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to ASPCA. The Cash App on the App Store, Google Play Store today. Thank you to the Cash App. We love the Cash App. Who's Back of the Week? The Cash App. Hank.
I got a couple. First one is our guy, Bryson DeChambeau.
What do you do?
Math.
I know it's on a Bryson podcast.
He did a math.
He did have an unbelievable drive. He drove it 360 yards over.
Yeah, but he didn't win.
Over the lake. No, he did win.
Fuck.
But then what happened? So he must have gotten at least an eagle on that hole, right?
I don't know, but
he
I got to say is
into
that
the rough
video
and then
electric.
chipped on the
If
green,
you
got
watch
a
the
birdie
video,
like everybody else.
It's tough to not smile and be like, wow, that was a cool shot.
I
It was
had
a cool
a
shot.
perfectly
It was an objectively
easy time watching it
cool
and not
shot.
smiling it.
We're gonna do a segment with about Trevor Bauer later, but someone did point out to me that liking Trevor Bauer and hating Bryson DeChambeau is very contradictory. So I'm trying to deal with that in my head.
I also saw that there was one instance where Bryson he hit his approach shot past the green into the rough.
I don't think Bryson accepts himself
because
as,
there
like,
was a
a
sprinkler
loser as
head
much, though.
near his foot. He was like, I get relief from the sprinkler head. And then he got to take his drop essentially on the green as opposed to in the rough because technically he understood that rule. Meanwhile, Lee Westwood has to hit the ball out of a divot that Bryson probably made himself 3 days earlier on the fairway.
So
it doesn't make sense
to me. You know
to me.
what? Forget it. That was a stupid thought by me. We're Brooks Koepka guys. We're homosexuals. We're not going to do anything else. Okay?
My other Who's Back is Tom Wilson being a scumbag.
Oh,
well,
yes,
you took mine, except it was the NHL's hatred of Tom Wilson.
Oh, got it.
There's never been I can't remember what year it was that I argued with our colleague Nate, and his entire argument was Tom Wilson's never been suspended from a regular season game. And then since then, it's like, how many games has he been suspended?
Well, so I went back. I looked at the stats of Tom Wilson, and this is a new Tom Wilson that we're dealing with right now. In fact, under the NHL's own laws, they're not considering his past infractions because he's been squeaky clean the last year and a half, 2 years.
Got it.
So it's been a couple years since he's been
what?
suspended. Yeah, he hasn't been suspended for this type of play in
but
since
it
2018.
It carries over, obviously.
No, because it was so long ago. I don't even remember the last time this
absurd.
happened.
So how many suspensions?
Hank's just upset because
I think if you're a scumbag and you get
a
suspended
scumbag
for being a scumbag, and then 2 years later you do a scumbag move,
if the shoe fits,
it
he's
should
Tom
carry
Wilson.
over.
2 years
Yes.
later, Hank, think back to yourself 2 years ago. You didn't even have a dog. You were a completely different person.
You lost the plot here.
No, I'm just saying, people change over the course of time.
But he hasn't. He's the same guy.
If I still didn't have a dog, then your argument would be correct.
He's still
No,
doing
he's
it.
clumsy. He's very clumsy.
Yeah. It just keeps happening to him.
But it hasn't happened for 2 years. Is the
Oh,
thing.
wow. Okay.
Whatever.
I do. The other thing I was going to say is that I do like how I do like the
I
NHL
haven't murdered
season
anyone in 2 years.
where the Bruins play the Capitals every other day. It's kind of fun.
It is. I do like that aspect of it. It's because every time that there's a
Who
series,
we play tonight? Oh, the Capitals.
There's some bad blood that develops over the course of those games. If anything, the NHL should be thanking Tom Wilson for making the game relevant right now because people are talking about it. I also learned that I just have no idea what an illegal hit in hockey is because
And you can see it.
People were playing they were showing the replay of it, and people were like, "This guy's a huge scumbag." And I was like, I'm sure that there's something that's egregious about the hit, but it looks no different to me than hits that I see 10 times a game.
Yeah, no, it's hockey Twitter debating hits is always fun.
Yeah.
Because you could just really argue whatever way you want.
Exactly.
And speaking of scumbag hits, Peter Yan, all-time bad beat. If you had bet Peter Yan this weekend, he need his opponent with 30 seconds left in the fight that he easily won. He didn't need to do it. He just need him in the head.
Why?
And got DQ'd. I don't know. He said his corner. He said he looked over his corner and was like, "Should I hit him?" And they said yes, even though the ref was like, "He's down. He's on his knee," and so he just said he was listening to his corner, but he just fucked the guy
He
up.
did the Mortal Kombat finish him.
Literally.
PFT,
Yeah.
I'm looking at his timeline right now. The only time he hasn't been suspended was literally just last year.
Last year, no suspensions.
In a COVID shortened year.
But the year before that, it was at the start of the year.
Oh, okay.
So
Got it.
essentially, that's an extra year.
It's. I'm scrolling down. It's 2018, 2016.
But if you
$2017.
look at how the NHL judges suspensions, they're not taking into account those hits because, and this is probably my favorite part about Tom Wilson, is that the Capitals video staff has been cutting up clips of Tom Wilson not hitting people dirty and sending them to the league office for the last couple of years, being like, look, he's learning. He's not doing what you would think that Tom Wilson would be doing. They've made a highlight clip of him laying off people's heads.
That's smart.
And don't get me wrong, if Tom Wilson played on the Penguins, I would hate him.
Yes.
I would be probably leading the charge to get him kicked out of the NHL. But he doesn't, and that's just a fact.
I miss fucking fans in the stands so bad. Brent Seabrook retired officially on Friday, and I was at Game 7, 2013, when they beat the Red Wings in the second round. Overtime, Game 7 goal. I watched the clip back, and I got chills, and I almost got teary-eyed, being like, remember life with fans in the stand? Remember going to a sports game?
Yeah,
you know what I was thinking about?
You remember bar hopping? You remember sometimes we used to do this, Billy. You've probably never done this.
No, he actually hasn't.
You just turned 21.
Just turned 21.
But what we used to do back in the day, you would go out with your friends to a bar, and then you'd be like, oh, my friends are at this other bar that's a 5-minute walk. Then you go to that bar later, and then you go to another bar, and then someone would say,
He's
hey,
confused.
you want to do karaoke? And then you'd be like, no, I just did karaoke last week, so you go to a different bar, and then you go to another bar, and then at 2:30 in the morning, you'd all go home, and you'd be hammered, and it would be awesome. And then you'd wake up in the morning with pictures from all these different bars you were at with other people. It was honestly amazing.
He's confused. He doesn't know what this
That's
life
a lot
is.
of... You can move around like that?
And then you'd have to go back to one of the bars because you left your credit card at one of them.
Yeah.
And you didn't know which one it got
Close
left
my
at.
tab
And
out.
were they all crowded?
I'm honestly super excited to leave my debit card behind at a bar for the first time in a year and a half.
All right. Well, do you have a who's back, or that was it?
Well, that was
Tom
one of mine. So the other one's going to be who's back is the United States emasculating British royalty. because Meghan and Prince, what's his name, did an interview with Oprah.
Charles?
Tonight.
No, Harry.
No, Charles is. I think he's the one that's dying. The one that always looks like he's a corpse.
That's the one that it was almost a Laker Dan situation. I bashed him in front of troops last week, and then he had emergency surgery on his heart.
Well, that's just because of this interview.
That guy's no chance he's actually alive.
Yeah, no, he's
that guy.
He's the Al Davis level.
Yeah, it's
where
bad.
it's like when Al Davis sat last year, it's like, dude, I think you're actually dead.
It's bad. But so basically, Oprah was doing an interview, just being like, "Spill the tea." It was just a tea party.
But no
which
Prince
is another
Andrew
time
tea.
that's another time we've emasculated the British, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had Meghan talk about all the behind the scenes dirt. It looked really bad for the British royalty, and it's just kind of a nice throwback to the last couple hundred years where it's so bizarre to me that they even still have a royal family. But if they I'm almost to the point where I think that America should just have a king and queen too, because instantly people will care more about our king and queen than the British king and queen.
Well, we do. Kim Kardashian.
I was going to say
Kanye West.
Ed Ogeron
divorced, yes.
and Lola Bunny would be a great
Oh, they are.
combination.
Are they officially?
The old Lola Bunny.
They're officially divorced? Mm-hmm. God damn it. Okay. What were you going to say, Hank? About them?
Just the monarchy in general just is a very confusing concept.
I
get it, but I don't get it.
What is it? It's Prince Harry. No. Yes.
Yeah, Harry and
Prince
Meghan.
Harry.
And then William
He
and
should
Kate,
have.
right?
Prince Harry could have. It could have been a 5-minute interview. Been like, listen, it sucked being a ginger in the royal family. Like, people didn't respect me. Mm-hmm. End of story.
And if your name's Harry and you're going bald, you got to get plugs.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not going bald.
He's very.
His brother.
Oh, yeah.
His brother's
No,
very
he's-
bald. This
Harry's
Harry
going
is
bald
in the
too.
back.
Very bald.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a nice
Es-
angle.
especially in the back.
They had a nice angle.
He got it like he did the Carlos Boozer spray to the front of it before this one.
All right, my who's back is just Joe Lenardi in bracketology and blind resumes. I fucking love it. I've been eating it up. I'm looking at brackets every day, up and down. He still is in his bunker. He actually was like, nothing has changed for him.
No,
he was already doing COVID protocols for the last 20 years.
Him and Adam Morrison were the two most prepared people going into 2020.
It's incredible. So he's just sitting in his basement, getting ready on his grainy. Like half the time, it doesn't even come in clear, but he's just in there.
That's the
breaking
charm
it
of
all
it with
down.
him, though.
Yep.
It would look weird if he was in HD and he had all these touch screens behind him and he turned into Steve Kornacki all of a sudden. Like, I like the old school throwback 8-bit Joe Lenardi. There's something comforting about that.
I have a theory, though. I think Joe Lenardi is secretly miserable because in 2021, it's the Mel Kiper theory, right? Mel Kiper was the king forever because he was the only one who was doing it. Now there's a shitload of people who do draft stuff. Todd McShay's, I'll say it, way better than Mel at the job, right? I think Joe Lenardi's just constantly looking over his shoulder. Like, there's going to be a kid someday that comes and just nails it every single year. Mm-hmm. And if I slip up, if I put BYU on the 9 seed and they end up being a 10, it's curtains for me, Joe Lenardi.
Jeff D'Lo and I were thinking about doing bracketology on the website next year.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should.
See? And if you get it perfect, it will be a story.
I mean,
No, but I'm serious.
sure, yeah.
So I think it has to be secretly miserable to be Joe Lenardi because he's got one thing. He's been doing it forever. And if some kid who's got like a stronger calculator comes along and figures it out, he's going to be screwed.
So is it a conflict of interest for him to be an employee of a college that he's evaluating, but also the head of this evaluation department?
That's also
at ESPN?
Jeff's one of Jeff's biggest issues is when St. Joseph's is on the bubble.
Yeah,
rare.
he always puts him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like A-Rod, no offense. It's like A-Rod commentating on ESPN on baseball.
On what?
I'm just saying, it's a conflict of interest because he's
In baseball in general?
because A-Rod has business relationships
Oh.
with the Mets, right?
No.
What team is he?
I think you're using it for Jessica Mendoza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Jessica,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
A-Rod would have stayed at ESPN.
I don't know. If he had bought the Mets, I don't
You don't
think
think so?
No. If he had actually bought the Mets, probably not. Not that I care. I mean, it would have been funny if he tried to and commentated his own games. But, all right, so you're going to do it, Jake.
bracketology next season.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Also, Jessica
Wow.
Mendoza left the Mets job, so scratch that.
Okay.
But she left ESPN.
Jessica Mendoza will leave Mets job. She will shift her focus to her broadcasting role for
Oh,
ESPN.
okay. So that was a conflict of interest.
Yeah. So
All right, Billy, You got a who's
I have
back?
2 who's backs real quick. College
well.
baseball's back. Absolute electricity. BC scored 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th to come back and win. It was insane. Like the Tulane pitcher, just all the posturing. Like Virginia Tech has a home run hammer. It's pretty electric. Shout out Jared Carabas who's been covering it. Like it's so electric.
The home run hammer? Go off
Yeah.
about that. What is the home run hammer?
If you hit a home run, you get to take a sledgehammer and slam it while your whole team's around you, hyping you up.
That is pretty
That
cool.
is so
That's
hype.
electricity.
That is
I got
so
to
hype.
hold the sledgehammer at senior night. It was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
dude,
So hype.
that's so hype. Anyway, also,
I also like the sound that the ball makes off the bat in college.
Yeah.
I would like to see a baseball game, like a Major League Baseball game, where they just overdub the ping instead of the sound of the wood on the ball. It's so much better.
Mm-hmm.
and anyway, good old fashioned ass whooping is my other who's back. Tim Elliott during the UFC card was beating up his opponent, and he was over him, and he was like, I heard you beat up a woman in 2008. Well, what you gonna do? Like, you're gonna do the same thing. It was just pretty hype.
That is
just
hype.
like
That's super
beating,
hype.
Yeah.
So
that's
old
chivalry.
fashioned ass whooping is back.
Yes.
And sledgehammers.
Yep.
Yep. And ping.
Ping.
Yeah. Okay. Jake, you got anything?
The chills. Every time March Madness theme song plays on CBS, I just get the chills.
It is nice, yeah.
It's the best
I do
time of
like
year.
that.
It is. I think that it officially starts too when we get Arch Madness. When Arch
Yeah,
Madness
this
is
is
played,
this
it always feels like okay. Here
When
we go.
CBS starts shifting from NFL to college basketball, that's when you know too.
Yeah.
Mid-February,
And then
Sunday
we still have
afternoon.
Gene Steratore telling us the
Yeah.
rules on a Sunday
He
afternoon.
was a Big Ten official.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah.
I love that part about it. And also, when you first hear the CBS music, you know that the Masters music's coming next.
Uh-huh.
You know that that's
Yeah.
about to happen. You're about to hear
a great time.
Jim Nance. Hello, friends.
It really
Yeah.
is. I think we've talked about this, but having March Madness back this year, I'll never get over last year.
Same.
Ever.
I mean,
I will
being
be on my
entrenched-
dying bed.
You
and
already
I'll
know.
go,
I was entrenched in a
8-0-1.
program that could have been a Cinderella team. It just got snatched away from us.
I did, by the way, have my first winning day in probably forever today. So watch
Let's
out.
go.
I'm
You're
getting
back.
hot at the right
Positive
time.
odds.
At the right time.
Yep.
Watch out.
Let's go.
The war yesterday. I went 11-12. 23 games.
That's an insane
I had
amount.
an opinion on. It's just a battle.
I
You're
mean,
just never out
but
of it.
some of those you don't really have an opinion
Oh, I had
on.
an opinion on
You're
every
just-
single
you're
one
just
of them.
looking at
No,
the matchup.
I
and you're
had an
like,
opinion.
I feel like this number is a big number.
I do the same thing every Saturday morning. At like 11 o'clock, I just stare at the whole thing, and I go down. I'm like that, like that, like that, like that. And then I'll go back, and I'll make sure I didn't miss any injury stuff. Sometimes I still do. And if I end up with 23 plays, I end up with 23 plays.
So how many games are on day one of the NCAA? 16 games?
Yeah.
Well, there's 4 on Thursday.
So it's
which,
not that ridiculous because I definitely have opinions on 16 games.
No, I bet every single
that
game.
day.
You got to
Yeah.
bet every single
Yeah,
game.
of course.
Every single game. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's get...
And the Bed Bath & Beyond brawl. And good old-fashioned ass kickings.
What is that?
That was just a fight in Bed Bath & Beyond.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
when they try not to accept that 20% coupon that you have, that's like 7 years old.
I love it.
How else are you going to settle that?
Bed Bath & Beyond, not a fighting store.
Oh,
think.
yeah,
I
it
was-
is. It is.
It's usually
Billy,
just,
Billy, you've never been there when they have like that the KitchenAid mixer, and there's just one of them left. People get real pissed off about that.
I also
really
think
bad.
I think it's kind of like IKEA, where IKEA and like Bed Bath & Beyond are miserable couple stores. So like there's already tension. You go in with tension, so if anyone steps to you, it's on right away.
what would be
Like you're not happy to be in Bed Bath & Beyond on a Saturday.
top 3 fighting stores?
Well, Walmart's number one.
Walmart, yeah, Walmart's definitely up there.
Publix.
I would say a Crystal Burger post 1 a.m.
It has to be department store.
Okay, Waffle House. Waffle
Walmart,
House.
not a department store.
Yeah, but Waffle House.
Walmart. Who?
A Lowe's.
Yeah,
Home Depot?
No, Home Depot runs a tight ship. They run a tight
you can't
ship.
fight. You can't fight in Home
Yeah.
Depot because it's all Olympic athletes that work there,
And then I
they'll
think
kick
like
your ass.
you could just throw like Sam's Club, Costco
Yeah.
into one.
Home Depot, there's a lot of camaraderie.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's like,
Everyone's
we're
helping each
creating
other. Right.
stuff.
You've got a guy that's next to you telling you about the tools that you're looking at, making suggestions.
There's like a gold medalist that's showing you where the fucking wood nails are.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
patriotic.
Everyone
Yeah.
wants to help each other at Home
For
Depot.
sure. I would say like a Party Depot or a Party City.
Yeah,
Probably has a lot of fights.
maybe a old school. Now this is dating us, Billy. Don't make fun of us, but like Toys R Us
Yeah.
could get a little
A
little
Hobby Lobby.
brouhaha
A Hobby Lobby
going.
maybe right after church.
Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
UFC glove store.
A fight shop.
Yeah. fight
I
shop.
mean, the answer is easy. GNC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no,
Although that's kind of like Home Depot. Got bros just
Yeah.
helping each other out.
Yeah, but then the guy tells you something. He's like, "No, I already read that thread on bodybuilding.com forums."
Bodybuilding.com.
Dude, I remember I went into a GNC when I was like, I don't know, probably like 19 years old, trying to get gains, and I walked in. I was like, I'm looking for something that like I can put on muscle and like cut fat. And the guy goes to me dead serious. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna get you these things. They're round and they usually are black, and they're in different sizes, and you have to lift them repeatedly. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm talking about weights, dude. You got to fucking lift weights. I'm like, God damn it. This is so sad. Like, all right, cool. You fucking own me, man. And then I ended up buying a bunch of creatine. All right, let's do Guy Fieri.
Wait, how'd you pronounce that?
Creatine?
No, Fieri.
Fieri.
Creatine.
There's people in this office who are it's great, like getting to this point of our career where we have 19-year-olds in the office, and they're
discovering.
creatine. Like, ooh, creatine. Like, yeah, dude, you're just gonna feel bloated.
Yeah, you're gonna shit through a keyhole. You're gonna be able to poop through a screen door.
And Billy's just prescribing it left and right.
I'm gonna get little Sasquatch jacked by the end of.
Okay, do it.
It'll
You
be
won't.
hilarious.
All right, Guy Fieri coming up in a second. Brought to you by our friends at Chevy, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Silverado strong, advanced, dependable. If you're trying to be a truck person and you're trying to do the tailgating, the hauling, the towing, the off-roading, the moving day, helping out your friend or family member move, road trips, whatever it may be, Chevy Silverado is the truck to do it. I test drove a Chevy Silverado, and guess what? My son has a little mini Chevy Silverado. Chevy was nice enough to give him one. He loves it because we're a truck family now. So if you're thinking about becoming a truck person, Chevy Silverado is the best truck out there. It is in a league of its own. It's strong, advanced, it's dependable. And guess what? You're going to look cool when you're driving it as well. So think about it. Close your eyes. Not if you're driving right now, but close your eyes and think Chevy Silverado. I look cool. I get to tow some stuff. I get to haul some stuff. I get to go on road trips, and I'm going to be comfortable doing it. And that's a Chevy Silverado. And we're running our special deal, which has not been approved, but I actually think that every Chevy dealership in America has at least one AWL in it. So if you buy a Chevy Silverado, you get $100 free if you mention code TAKE.
And a free tank of gas.
Free tank of gas. It actually worked. We had someone tweet us, and they're like, I actually did it, and I bought a truck. So, Chevy, thank you very much. We love you. You're one of our favorite sponsors, and the Chevy Silverado is the greatest truck that's ever been created. Okay, here he is, Guy Fieri. Okay, we now welcome on a very, very, very special guest. Long overdue. We've wanted him on the show for a very long time. It is the one and only mayor of Flavortown, Guy Fieri. He's here. Tournament of Champions is debuting on Sunday night, March 7th. It's March 7th. I got my dates right. Check it out on Food Network. You can also watch it on Hulu. Guy, we are so excited for this interview, and we just said it before we started. My first question is, I got into the office at around 8:45. Walking behind me was someone with huge bags of food from your restaurant. Now, was this specially for us, or do you give food to every podcast you go on?
Well, considering that you're the only podcast that I'm on today, it's only for you.
Perfect. It was something special to see at 9 in the morning.
Special. Just so you know, I sent you like 4 kitchens worth of food.
Yeah.
So I know that there's got to be a bunch of folks around there that are hungry and having and being in this food industry my whole life, I know that there's nothing worse than talking about food and not getting to taste the food. So I wanted to make sure that you were all taken care of, and more to come. Now, this is this Flavortown kitchen has been unbelievable. Our industry has been hit so hard, and I know you all highlight food on a regular basis, and love Dave and his work of his pizza reviews. I got to tell you, the industry got hit so hard. The industry's had to pivot and change, and I think that the guests and the consumers are out. The people are out there eating are realizing that delivery and to go are such a great new medium. You can't, there's not enough seats. A lot of restaurants aren't even open for in-house dining, especially on the East Coast. And it's just not. They're just not going to make enough money on doing it on 25% occupancy. So everybody has really switched gears into delivery. So having a bunch of restaurants around the country already. And wanting to expand that, we said, listen, let's find some restaurant partners that have big kitchens and have staff that they want to keep employed and keep working. And let's set up some Guy Fieri, American Kitchen and Bar, some Flavortown, and make it available across country. So we're at 150 locations, 25, 30 cities now, and expanding. So I'm glad, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's some of my greatest hits.
I loved it, and that's a genius idea. Like taking places that already have the infrastructure that need people that might not have enough work at the time, and then giving them an opportunity to continue working as a restaurant industry shut down. That's very cool. I think this is the first time I've ever had like half a bacon cheeseburger and a Cubano sandwich for breakfast.
Yeah, I had a wing at 9 a.m.
Before 10 a.m. And it was hot. And I was like, how did this happen?
As you said, we need to hang out more often.
Yes.
We need to hang out more often. I need to get you into a championship diet here. This is how we do it. I mean, we roll out early with the bacon, mac and cheese, the Cuban sandwich, some big poppers, and a few wings, a little queso dip. It's probably going to be dangerous if we hang out, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're almost too much flavor, I think, in one room. Do you ever get sick of talking about food?
I could throw it right back to you guys and say, do you ever get sick of talking about sports or ever get sick of talking about, crazy things or, no, I mean, it's what's in my blood. It's what I've always done. It's what I love and anything, all things and everything that have to do with food. I mean, I read menus like novels. I sit there and we were just at a Cuban restaurant in Florida the other day, and I'm sitting there and I made my decision about what I was going to have. And my wife says, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I just reading the rest of the menu. She goes, what are you reading? And I'm like, well, I just want to see what they're talking about here with these things, these descriptions, and why did they put that menu item there and not here? No, this is what it's what I do. It's what I enjoy. I read cookbooks for fun. So it's never get sick of it. And the great thing is, it's kind of just like the world of sports as well. It's never the same thing tomorrow. It's just evolving forever. You'll never know it all about it as well. That's my other favorite thing. It's new every day.
Yeah, because you really have to have a passion for it. Considering I'm sure that everybody that talks to you, they just want to talk about food. That's like the first thing that they bring up. So you have to actually be in love with it to be able to continue. Like this has been your life for the last 35, 40 years. You really have to be like zeroed in on it and really enjoy it to continue to do what you're doing.
Well, it's kind of like when someone comes up and talks to you about something. It's nice to talk to people that know something about it. It's when they come in and they go, oh, I hate that kind of food. And I'll go, why? Well, because I hate vegetables. All right, I don't know that we're going to talk much. You're not coming off on a foundation of reality. That makes it a little difficult to engage. But, the world has changed about food, or at least our world has in the United States, has changed about food dramatically, especially, and unfortunately, we've had the pandemic. But you got to find the silver lining out of things. And people really learned more about food, I think, in this last year. They've learned to cook better. I know that for a fact. They've learned to accept different styles of food because they've had to, and different cultures of food. And I think when you open up your mind, when you open up your palate to food, I think you open up your mind. I think you open up and say, oh, let me understand about this type of Eastern European food, or this Indian food, or this, this culture of food, or wow, this preparation style, why is this done? I just think that it's food represents a lot more than just the consumption of calories or consumption of proteins. It's a consumption of it's an experience.
So
eating a bacon mac and cheeseburger in a studio at 8:00 in New York.
Yes. So the one thing that I love about you, Guy, is that you are you. And I mean that in the way that you are authentic to yourself and you make food fun. And you were talking about, correlating to us talking about sports. When we started this podcast, we kind of always said, well, let's have fun with it. It shouldn't be serious. When you started Triple D, did you have that as a conscious decision? Like, hey, I'm going to be something for the people, for the common people. Or was it, I'm just following what I love and eventually it's going to work out?
I wish I could remember that far back when I started Triple D. As you guys get older, you'll start to realize you start to lose some of that connection. It evolved. First, what it started as is, and I honestly, like the first year or 2 years that we did it, I'm like, well, this will go on a couple years, and then we'll be done. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, this country is so huge. This world of food is so much bigger than I even imagined. And this will happen forever. I mean, I'll be doing this thing in a walker, trying to get my son Hunter to figure it out now, put on some weight, kid. And you start, drive, how to drive a stick shift. You're going to have to take over in a few years. It's what it has become. What it always was for me is here's a great chance to show all these small little restaurant owners, these mom and pops. And I was a mom and pop restaurant at the time. Hey, here's a great way to give them a ton of attention, send a bunch of people to them, and maybe this can help. Well, I didn't have any idea what the impact would be. I mean, if I thought it was going to be this big, it was 10 miles long. And so that's been an amazing side of it. And now what it is to continue that, but also to not have any boundaries. It's kind of like me being on your show today. I mean, how awesome to talk about food on this great sports podcast but you guys talk about everything. I mean, you guys have become worldly in that respect. So I think that it's in that same idea. Have fun, be genuine, respect the program, treat people great, and don't establish it, and don't take yourself too seriously, and don't get too rigid.
Yeah. Right.
And be flexible on what can happen. I think those have been that's been the recipe for us.
You've definitely brought like a relentless positive energy to food television, which is something that it was missing, I think. Sometimes it gets like a little stuffy. It gets a little full of itself, especially in like the food criticism realm. And so I think people naturally gravitated towards that. And my favorite part of any Triple D episode is right after you take the bite, figuring out which level Guy Fieri is going to react to. Excuse me, Guy Fieri. Because there are 3 levels, right? In my opinion, the first.
I love these theories. This to me is like
I have
this
one
is like
too that'll drop after PFTs.
The first when you think something's good, not great, you take the bite and you look at the person, you nod, and you're like, "That's out of bounds, man." As you're chewing, right? The second one is you take a bite. And then you just put your hands on the table like you're LeBron coming out of the game and needing a quick breath. Like you just start breathing as you're thinking about it, and you just kind of get lost in your brain, right? And then the ultimate Guy Fieri compliment is when you take a bite and then you tell the camera, like, I'm going to need a minute to process this. And then you go in for bite 2 as the camera is like panning out from you. Would you say that's a fair assessment of like the 3 levels of how much you like something?
Well, I think you've got – I think that your Guy impersonations are spot on. And matter of fact, if you could cover a couple shows next Thursday for me, it would really help open my schedule up. There are differences of exclamation and exuberance and contemplation. First and foremost, if I don't like it, you don't see it.
Oh, I think So here's my theory. I think if you don't, you aren't harsh on people, which I actually love because it's supposed to be fun. But I think your tell is when you say something's the real deal, you're just literally saying it's real, and that's the baseline of niceness. So it's probably not great, but it's real. It's actually fit. It's tangible. You are touching it. It's the real deal. Okay, I don't really like this, but I'm going to say something nice to you.
I've never been psychoanalyzed on Triple D. I've never had it broken down like this.
Think that's it.
This is actually really going. Hey guys, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start paying better attention to this because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's asked all the time of me. First thing I just tell people is, one, I won't bullshit you. If I don't like it, I don't like it. There's a difference about.
You can't cuss on this podcast, guy.
Okay.
Actually,
Shit,
no.
I won't do that.
Yeah, you can just not bitch.
I'll tell you what it is though. Different things affect you at different times. Like sometimes you'll really get in. I've been watching. Someone turn that pot down for me, please. I've been watching 30 on 30, the ESPN. I've just been watching all of those. I just watched the Ali Larry Holmes fight, the final fight in the 80s. I mean, gosh, I remember that fight. I remember the whole things, but I get to a different age where like I'm really interested in all the complexities of what was going on. So I think that there's different times that different foods strike you different ways. Also, there's something on top of it about where you are recently, where you're in headspace, on and on and on. So I can't say that there is a definitive explanation to say this is the thing that I specifically do when I have that feeling. Whatever is coming out at the time that I say it is what is really going on. And sometimes when I have to do this, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to say.
What word you're going to make up. So do you have –
No. There's no – and it's not – listen, it's the weirdest thing. I don't have any of these words. I don't say crunchification because I'm trying to be funny. Okay? I don't make this shit – I mean, I say whatever –
Yeah.
Thank God I have great editors because there's more smack talk going on than you could ever imagine. That if the blooper videos, I don't know if you've ever seen the bloopers that happen at the end of the show.
Yes.
That stuff's for real. And that's picking. They'll send me 30 of them and say, okay, which one do you want at the end of the show? Because it's somebody falling over, something getting knocked over, somebody cussing, a dog barking, whatever, the lights go out, whatever. So there's always crazy stuff that happens. But no, to get to your whole thing, it's not there is one thing that does happen. Sometimes, and they don't show it as often because it takes a lot of time, but sometimes I'll walk off set. I'll take a bite of something and I'll take off on a walk. And I'll go down the hallway.
Just need some time to be alone.
Yeah.
Because I have to get myself away from the food because I'll shove more in my mouth.
Oh, okay. So
but they don't always show. Edit's a weird animal, because it can chop off the tail end of which might be the final bite line, but you don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Because the show is only 22 minutes long with commercials. So, but a great question.
We're going to get back to Guy in a second, but before we do, this interview is being brought to you by Whoop. Whoop. Billy, when you say I have to take a piss, the mic can pick you up. I know you're not wearing your headphones. I know you're whispering it. Billy's Piss Break is brought to you by Whoop. We love Whoop. I'm wearing my Whoop band right now. It's a health and fitness tracker that quantifies and tracks personalized data like sleep, recovery, strain, and more. Not to brag, but I had a 93% recovery this morning. So you know what I did? I went to the gym. Went to the gym for the first time in like 3 months. Went into a physical gym, lifted weights, went for a run. I knew I could do it because I was wearing my Whoop, and it told me that my body was prime, it was recovered, and it was ready to work out. And each day when you get up, Whoop gives you a recovery score based on your sleep, your respiratory rate, your resting heart rate, and your heart rate variability. This score will let you know how to approach your day, whether you should push yourself or if you should take it easy. The way it works is you wear the Whoop band around your wrist all day, and the band connects with an app on your phone. It automatically measures your heart rate, your calories, and your activity levels throughout the day, so you don't ever have to start and stop for workouts. There's also a built-in sleep coach, so it'll tell you how much sleep you should be getting based on your expected activity level for the following day. It also tracks your 4 sleep cycles: awake, light, REM, and slow wave sleep. We've been wearing our bands for a couple months now, and it's been awesome to track our sleep and our activity during quarantine. Whether you're looking to sleep better, if you're training for an event, or if you're just trying to build healthier habits, Whoop can make you smarter. It can help you make smarter lifestyle choices and help you perform at your best. And you've seen them on TV. You've seen NFL athletes wear them. You've seen NBA athletes wearing their products. You've seen golfers wear them. They use them to track spikes in respiratory rate. That can be an early indication of infection. So if you're trying to stay healthy, you're monitoring your health, a great way to do that is by wearing Whoop. And right now, Whoop is offering 15% off when you use promo code TAKE at checkout. Go to Whoop, WHOOP.com, enter TAKE at checkout, save 15%. Whoop at Whoop.com, TAKE at checkout, 15% off. And now, here's more Guy Fieri.
So while we're on the sayings, what comes first? You actually try something on a flip-flop, or you get served something in a trash can lid? Because I think you have to do one of the two. Whenever you say something could be good on a flip-flop, it's so good you could eat it on a flip-flop. And then when it's so much food, serve it in a trash can lid. I think eventually, if you do this show for as long as you want to do this show, you have to do one or the other. The people need it.
I think that it's probably, and I was just in Florida shooting Triple D, and I wore flip-flops the entire time. And I'll tell you, are you guys flip-flop guys?
Not really.
In the summer.
Oh. Have you ever tried OOFs?
No.
OOFOS? The bomb flip. I'm going to send you some.
Okay.
The bomb flip.
Bomb.com.
Got them when I was in Hawaii. But I wear those because they got great arch support. And so I'm there. And the joke is, every time someone sees me in flip-flops, they'll say to me, would you eat that on a flip-flop? And I don't know where that came from, guys. But I was saying that the food was so great that even on my flip-flop, which I've been wearing, it would still be great.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason for that stupid line, or that crazy line, is because it was like, this would even be good on a flip-flop. And you don't know what you're going to say. Like Flavortown. Flavortown never started as – Flavortown was a one-time I said it. And I said, this looks like – I think it was a pizza. And I said, it looks like the manhole cover in Flavortown. Harmless.
Yeah.
I'm walking through the airport. I got my film crew with me. We're going to shoot Triple D somewhere. And someone goes, the manhole got Flavortown. And I'm like, yeah, Flavortown. Then other people said Flavortown. And I said to Chico, who's my number one camera guy, my DP, I said, what's the flavor? And he goes, remember you said the thing about the pizza, the Flavortown? So then we brought it up again. I said something, and some guy had a plate. And I said, it looks like a bus, the steering wheel of the bus in Flavortown. Oh, geez, that was it, man. It blew up from
Hot
there.
tubs in Flavortown.
Thing, that's where it was born. I'm not kidding you. And it now has taken on now we have, Flavortown Kitchen. So it's a whole nother world.
I mean, it's something that's just so much fun to say.
Right.
Like if you take a bite of something that's really spicy and you're like, that is Flavortown, baby. Like you feel better after you say it.
When you see a big pot of something and you're like, that's a hot tub in Flavortown. That's my favorite when you do that.
But see that, and I'm glad you guys, you get it because you have your own vernacular and your own words and sayings and your double entendres that you guys play. And I'll tell you, it is a way to explain that a big, hot Dutch oven of, cassoulet, and you go like, right there, that's the volcano of Flavortown. Your mind can go, oh, crazy, big, over the top, must be delicious, something Guy Fieri would eat. Oh, that's a Triple D, that has its own little place. So it's become its own little descriptive style and attitude, but it's fun. And listen, that you guys hit the nail on the head. I'm positive. I believe in the better opportunities that we have than the worst. And I think that, like this pandemic we've been facing, we found the chance to rally as a country and support one another and find the better, and there's so many people that have lost so much and have been through such terrible times that I'm just happy that someone can hear Flavortown or order Flavortown, or we can have this podcast and can make somebody smile or make somebody not think about the terrible shit that's going on and, keep it on the upswing, because that's what we got to do.
Sure.
You got to find the silver lining.
Yeah, definitely. I've got two suggestions for you. You can take them or you can leave them.
Please.
The first would be, I know you do run into that experience time and again where you don't exactly know what to say to somebody about their food if you don't like it. I know you say you don't put it on the air, but what I say, if I'm eating food in front of somebody that made it for me, I don't want to offend them, I say, there's a lot going on in here, a lot of flavors going on in here. And it's not a lie. It can be totally true. And you can hate the flavors, but if you say like, man, there's a lot going on in here, it's not really an insult, but it's not also lying to their face, you know?
And you've got a great vocabulary and a great style about it, and you're very that's the right way to treat people. Everybody, they made it and gave it to you because they intended it to make you happy.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't go like, hey, let me see how bad I can screw this up and see if this guy will choke it down.
Well.
So that is a great way to say it. And there's been several times, more than several, there's been hundreds of times when I've had a chef make me something and it hasn't worked. And I've just looked right at him and said, chef, this doesn't work. Now I'm a chef, so I have that right to say that. And I do it with the utmost respect if I think they can handle it. If I don't think they're ready to handle it, then I've got nothing to prove to do this. I'm not going into shape. I'm not a food critic. I'm not in that realm. That's not my style. That's not my energy. But if I do think that I could explain to them maybe something where they took a misstep or something might have happened, then I'll do that. But there's no reason shaming people and making people feel bad, especially about food. That's like having some guy play music on stage and go, "You're playing in the wrong key."
Yeah.
You know, who would do shit? You know, nobody does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second suggestion that I had, because I've started to deal with heartburn over the last, 6-7 years of my life. And I really suck at getting it under control because I love eating all the foods that give me heartburn. Why not combine them and do almost if you're making chicken wings, do a Tums dry rub on the outside or sprinkle it on seasoning so you combine the Tums with the hot food that you're about to eat. Have you ever tried something like that?
You got a lot going on here.
Yeah, I do.
Got a lot of big flavors.
A lot of big flavors, but give it a thought, guy. I feel like it's solving a problem before it starts.
I shot a place one time on Triple D, and they had these ice cream machines, and they made all this crazy styles of ice cream. And I told the guy the same thing. It's like, man, I get heartburn all the time, especially after all the indulgent food I eat. I said, let's make some Pepto-Bismol ice cream. So we made it. We went and got Pepto-Bismol. And it actually wasn't bad. For anybody that has heartburn, if you could think what would be more soothing than something coating your stomach, making you that's super ice cold.
Yeah.
Didn't sell though. It didn't sell at all. It had a lot of big flavors going on, and there was a lot of effort, a lot of good effort. Not winning the game with this one. I don't know how that would actually at all be possible to put any type of antacid on it. And I did some great Rolaids commercials, and I'm a big I love spicy food. I love all levels of food, and I love wine, and I love all the things that participate in heartburn. And all I will tell you is typically it has to do with diet, and that's about all I can tell you.
Yeah,
is what you eat and when you eat it.
So think about that one. I have to ask this question. You are a diehard sports fan, Raiders, Warriors. What does Mark Davis order at P.F. Chang's?
I know Mark.
Yeah,
Mark's
I know.
a wonderful guy.
Yep.
Mark's a wonderful guy. I think Mark would play it. I think Mark would play it right up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would go orange chicken, chicken fried rice, egg roll. I think he'd go right up the middle. I don't really see him diversifying it. Now Gruden, on the other hand, Gruden, my brother, he's into food. He's been on Triple D with me. He's a food guy. He'd go wherever I took him. If I wanted to take him out of P.F. Chang's and we wanted to go down the street to some funky little Thai joint where there's only 2 tables and you got to get it and eat it out of a plastic container, out of a styrofoam container in the back of the '68 Camaro, sitting on the hatchback, he'd go for anything. And then round 2 if we wanted to go to the next place. So he's a little bit more. He's a little bit more on the wild side of the culinary spectrum.
And you and Gruden, I would imagine, just sit there just complimenting the food in the most hyperbolic way possible, and it's just the most fun of all time because both you guys have that enthusiasm.
Hey, Coach to me is, and we talk on a regular basis, is one of those guys that if you want to find the positive aspect of what's going on in the world and how to look at the upside of the down situation, God, that guy, he wrote the book, man. He wrote the book, and it's I'm so happy. I've love the Raiders, die hard. The Vegas move was so tough for me, as it was for everybody here in Northern California. But having gone to college at UNLV, graduated the year we won the NCAA, the running Rebs. that was the only thing that was going to make me at all okay. As we left Oakland and we went there, but we have a better stadium and more on and on. Yeah. But no, he is the king of bringing the good energy and looking at things the right way. And boy, he's had some challenges. You guys know than me, but it's great. We're on an upswing. I mean, we are going in the right direction. We are getting collected and unified. And I think the stadium, I think Vegas is great for us. I mean, you guys didn't ask all this, but I'm super passionate and super excited. I have a restaurant in the stadium, which I've been disappointed about not being able to open on time or have an issue or whatever. God damn, I was so bummed. We were so ready. We tried to train the staff. We were ready to go, and we didn't get to open.
And it's the sexiest stadium in North America. Allegiant Stadium. Look at the look in your eye. You've seen it. You've driven past. Yeah, bro is right.
It is Vegas. Here's what Vegas has always meant. And I thought it was so crazy. People say, I can't bring major sports to Vegas because of, people. And so, no, you know what? It's the best place to go for sports because you got great accommodations. Phenomenal. I mean, I've been to so many Super Bowls and I've stayed in some really bad hotels because the city can't handle the load, of the millions or the thousands, not millions, the thousands of people that come there. And so you're displaced and all this kind of stuff that happens. Vegas is perfect for it because it can handle the hundreds of thousands. And people love to come around the stadium. They may not go to the game, but they love to come to the energy of the stadium. So in just so many different aspects, it's great. And the stadium is beautiful, and the Raiders deserve it. Playing in Oakland, playing in that stadium for a long time, they needed a refresh. And this is a tough move, but positive in a lot of ways.
So, Guy, I know you got to go. You're a busy guy. You have to come back on. You have to come back on for
I'm down anytime.
Okay.
We don't have to have anything to talk about.
All right, we have a million other questions that we'll leave, but I had one last question. Do you ever get weirded out when you see people in public who are dressed exactly like you? Because you do have impeccable style, and there's a whole group of men that I think just like cosplay as Guy Fieri all the time. Like their life is now your fashion, your style. Does that weird you out a little?
The Halloween costumes, I think, were the one when it really, I kind of had to go, hold on a second. It's the greatest form of flattery. Okay. I give it the Elvis theory. Elvis did it right. Still to this day, people are still out there, doing the impressions of the king. The only time that it doesn't sit well with me, and this is the saddest thing I can ever tell you, and it bums me out like you don't even know, because listen, if you want to have bleach blonde hair and tattoos and, go for it. You know what? This is kind of how I ended up. So it is what it is. But please don't tell people that you're me and then have them buy you drinks and take your picture. Because I'm not kidding you guys. This is no bullshit. In the thousands of people sending me pictures to my address. I don't know how to find the address, and saying it was so great hanging out with you in Las Vegas. And would you sign the picture? And I have to write back to people and say, I'm sorry, this is not me.
It's a different guy.
and I'll send them an autographed picture of me, but they're not in it. And it breaks my heart because why do people like that? Why make people think that? That's such a shitty thing to do. So that's the only thing that bums me out. Uh-huh. Otherwise, I run into they have Fieri Con in New York. Just wait, Fieri Con. By the way, if we hadn't had COVID, it might have happened this year.
Oh, we're in. Yeah, I'm there.
I'm going to show up and I'm going to have the best Guy Fieri, non-Guy Fieri outfit, and people are like, man, you really look like him, and they're not going to know it.
We're in.
I love it. Yes, that sounds like the best time ever.
Yes.
New York City will be renamed Flavortown for a day when you do that.
Wouldn't that be the funniest to go there and they think but I'll have a bad accent or something. I'm going to make it work. You watch. I'm going to film it.
All right, well, you got to stop by the show when you do that, and we got to talk for like an hour and a half because
we'll do a 24-hour marathon.
Love it. Thank you so much, Guy. We really appreciate it.
Guys, thanks for having me. Love it. You guys rock.
All right, see ya.
Good luck, Guy.
See you guys.
Guy Fieri was brought to you by our great friends at ZipRecruiter. The best teams start with great talent, but finding the right people can be a challenge. Kevin Durant could have used ZipRecruiter. for making this draft, for determining who is going to be on his team. When it comes to hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter can help you find the right candidates for your team and fast, from healthcare to manufacturing to business services and much, much more. Now you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. When you post a job on ZipRecruiter, it gets sent out to over 100 top job sites with just one click. Then, ZipRecruiter's matching technology is going to scan thousands of resumes and profiles to send you the most qualified people for your job. And if you're really interested in a candidate, you can even invite them to apply for your job. With just one click, ZipRecruiter is going to send them an email from you, and you stand out from the competition. It's so effective. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the very first day. Right now, try ZipRecruiter for free. My listeners can go to ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. That's ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
All right, let's wrap up. We got a couple segments. First up, we got Just Chill Out Man for Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer told reporters that on Saturday in a spring training game, he pitched an inning using only one eye because he likes to challenge himself.
I like it. It's no different than using a batting donut. Take a couple practice cuts at spring training.
I love that Trevor Bauer makes people upset. He really makes people upset. And even hardcore, like, I know people who are baseball fans that also get it. You know, and when I say get it, meaning baseball has to figure out a way to get younger and more fun and you know, faster and you can share their highlights, and they still get pissed off about Trevor Bauer.
Yeah,
he is
an internet troll.
Right,
and,
he's an internet troll.
Come to real life, and him doing stuff like this. I don't think a single person out there was like, this is a really smart thing that Trevor Bauer did. Trevor Bauer is, if Reddit was a human being, he would be Trevor Bauer. Mm-hmm. And everybody absolutely got so mad about this stunt that he did. And I personally don't really care one way or the other. So
I find it hilarious, and I also don't believe
about it. Yeah, people are talking about it. I'm pretty sure that somebody else would have noticed, although it's spring training, the closest cameras are located like 300 yards away.
Correct.
And they're in like Ken Rosenthal's Motorola Razr. Mm-hmm. So you can't really see the clarity of the picture like you would like to. But yeah, I don't believe him that he did it. Maybe he threw one pitch.
I do not care.
Maybe there was a gnat in his eye for one pitch.
Right. It's just one of those funny things that it's funny to see and it's funny to laugh about, and Trevor Bauer just makes people mad, and I like that.
He should try doing it on LSD like Doc Ellis did.
That would be cool. I bet you he will.
If you want to talk about the most impressive athletic feats of all time, I'd say throwing a no-hitter on LSD is probably number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
But Big Cat, isn't he like the baseball version of Bryson DeChambeau?
We've already talked about this, Hank. I don't care. The duality of man.
Also,
okay, I have many different. I can hold 3 different thoughts in my head at once.
Using your Luka Garza logic
right
from earlier, you would think that you would also have to support Bryson.
No, because I like Brooks, and I only rep 1.5 golfers. Max, sorry, until you win a major, you're a half golfer.
So wait, what if Trevor Bauer pulled a Brooks though? Or what if you put a Bryson and he put on like 60 pounds worth?
Yeah.
Of just like, water weight, fat, and muscle. That would be very funny, right? But the difference between Trevor Bauer and Bryson is Bryson uses stuff like math. Trevor Bauer uses stuff like upvotes. So he does not approach the game from the same nerd perspective that Bryson does.
And also, I think Trevor Bauer doesn't like complain about the rules the way Bryson does. Bryson's a big, like, this is not fair. Oh, like, I had a little bit of the sniffles during the Masters. I don't know, Tank. Don't get
Trevor Bauer throwing...
I'm a hypocrite, okay?
Him throwing the ball over the center field fence was way cooler than Bryson DeChambeau hitting a golf ball over water.
The end of the day, I'm a hypocrite, and I do not care. I like who I like. All right, we also have PR 101 for the Washington football team. Also, I have a Stay Woke on it. Go ahead, PFT. This is your story.
So I microdosed for the very first time in my life on Friday morning, and I'm not going to say that directly contributed to me seeing this entire web of online lies coming together, but I'm not going to say that it didn't help either. So I started to notice that over the last 2 days, there were a shitload of accounts that had been created in October of 2020 that were all tweeting things about Dan Snyder, like great job, Dan Snyder, showing the NFL what it means to be a diverse organization. Great job, Dan Snyder. Be the change that you want to see in the world. I see you. Great job to the Washington football team. Dan Snyder gets it. Everybody else at the NFL league office should take notice. And I was like, wait, now it is possible that lots of women unanimously across the board are independently tweeting good things about Dan Snyder. But I did some digging on it, and it'll shock you to find out that there are more than likely hundreds of bots that were all created around the same time to just heap praise on Dan Snyder right when the Jeff Bezos takeover of the Washington football team started to get their very first, like, the first bubblings of it started to come to the surface.
Right.
So, yeah, Dan Snyder, essentially, somebody in the Redskins organization paid for a shitload of Twitter bots to just do nothing all day but tweet praise for Dan Snyder.
Huh. Interesting. Mm-hmm. So my real stay woke is you found this, and I initially thought, like, so regular brain, Dan Snyder did this. He had a bunch of bots tweet nice things about him. Second, what's the second brain? Where it's like, you know that meme?
Universe brain.
Universe brain. Jeff Bezos did this to set Dan Snyder up, and then fucking
Galaxy
Brain, PFT has done all of this.
I'm right there with you.
Created all these accounts so that Dan Snyder, to uncover it, make Dan Snyder look bad so Jeff Bezos would buy the team.
Also, to add on to your Galaxy Brain, actually, I guess Galaxy Brain should come before Universe Brain.
Whatever it may be.
No, it comes after. Universe is smaller than the Galaxy.
Right. Is it a coincidence that this all happened after Burnergate?
No, I'm saying
not.
like
Right.
to catch a burner, it turns out you have to think like
And
a
he's
burner.
microdosing?
So I think
okay.
I think that creating the burner and developing that part of my brain last week made me more in tune with the universe when it comes to burner. It made me one with the burner accounts.
No, listen.
But even
it was
still,
a brilliant
there's a reason
plan.
Billy,
It's a brilliant plan by you.
Billy
Set
did figure
that
it
up.
out.
Yeah.
So I do think that's Dan Snyder because
I think it's you.
Because here's why. Dan Snyder works harder on ways to seem like a good person than he would have to work to actually be a good person. That's kind of been his MO throughout his entire tenure of ownership. So like this is right out of his playbook.
And you knew that.
To waste a bunch of time trying to cheat. It's like the guy that puts in so much time trying to figure out the answers on the test when you could have just spent that 30 minutes studying.
And you knew that.
Listen,
methinks the lady doth protest too much.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered that you would think that this would be something that I would do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Very flattered.
Interesting.
So deep down.
All right. We're going to finish up the show. I did have one last segment. Drunk text from Billy at 1:30 in the morning saying, I love you guys.
I thought it was sweet. Within 2 minutes, I replied, no one else is going to say it, Billy, so I will love you too.
I just want you to say it to me sober.
Love you guys.
Like drunk, anyone can get a little drunk with their bros and start texting all their other bros being like, I love you guys. You get a little sentimental. And then when I said that to Billy when I saw him today, he's like, dude, my fucking college friends get me so drunk. Like it was their fault.
Well, they're like, dude, you've
They
changed.
made me drink.
Billy, how blue were the mountains on Friday night?
So blue.
Yeah.
So blue. So blue.
Responsibly. You were responsibly saying I love you too, Billy. I just like to do it sober. We're at the sober sex portion of our relationship.
I'm different. I love Billy when I'm drunk.
No, it's Billy. We can fucking have just like baloney breath and still fuck.
No,
okay, it's fine.
Unlike
it'd be fucking 3:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and we're both a little bloated. We'll fuck.
No, I'm still leaving Billy's house to take a dump. We're not
You won't
showering
fart in front
together.
of him?
We don't fart in front of each other
Nah,
yet.
Billy, I'm cool with
Every
it.
Monday, every single Monday, I swear to God, I'm like, I am not going to tell Billy that I love him this weekend. And then Friday night at like 12:30,
I'll kiss him with makeup on.
I always do, and then all my
Without
friends are like,
makeup on.
"Bro, you said you wouldn't."
All right, let's watch the end of the game. Here we go. We're gonna get fucked unless we hit this shot, Hank. Oh, we're fucked by the Elam ending. That's such bullshit. Oh, that's such bullshit.
Did they add all the points up?
Yep.
Oh, we need this 3. Yeah, and so we need. What did you get?
James
319. Yes. All right. Boom. I was about to put a curse on Jason Elam's house.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, what an
game.
ending!
So that I know that's game, but why are the
Game time.
numbers so? Did they score all those points in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, 170 to 150 in the fourth.
But that's what they were doing before.
No, that was just one quarter. So they scored. What is that?
That's not
320 points
That's
in the
not
fourth
one
quarter. Yeah,
Well, why
that's
would
why they call it
switch
the Elam ending.
Why would they switch it?
What do you mean?
It's because he was always a good kicker, and he would kick at the end of the games.
Yeah, because he was the king of three-pointers, so they want to make it as scoring as possible.
23.
Give me number 8.
32.
18.
99.
8. This is usually the time of the show where we get
Individual mouse sperm are bigger than elephant sperm.
75.
Love you guys.
Damn.
September 7th. Remember, Grandpa Bingo.
Talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone. Needless to say, I'm upset, but I'll be so little way. Then life is okay. Say after me. It's no better to be safe than sorry. It's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be coming for you anyway. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day. It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.